All right, wonderful people. Welcome back to this wonderful channel where I'll bring you back-to-back updates and information as to the what. In case you have not joined our social media, and what are you waiting for? Kindly go ahead and subscribe, like, comment, share, and also remember to on your notification button so that whenever our news drop, you go be the first one to collect them. Let's go down to the news proper. As to the what? Police opposes IPOB's day lockdown. Let's go down to that information. Remember that the members of the indigenous people of Biafra has, set out May 30th of every year to celebrate the fallen heroes of the Biafra war that took place between 1967 to 1970 that took a lot of the lives of Biafrans. Some died through war and some lost their life through Kwashiorkor. Because during that season, there were barricades that barred importation of food services into the Biafra land, of which you know that is not how war was supposed to be fought. Even though the international community was supposed to look into some of these things, even recently, Gowon has made a lot of confessions as regards that Biafra war, but Ndibo has not been apologized to. There has not been any compensation and all that. Now, these people call Ndibo the Biafrans have decided to, set out May 30th for their brothers, for their fathers, for their sisters, for their children that lost their life between that 1967 to 1970 Biafra civil war. But as it is, you can see that things are becoming difficult. As it is, police has stood up to oppose that particular day sit at home. Let's go down to that information. The Anambra State Police Command has said that it would protect residents going about their normal businesses without any fear of humiliation on May 30th, 2025, a day the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, has declared a sit at home. IPOB had declared that day a public holiday and sit at home across the southeast in honor of Biafran heroines who died during the 1967 to 1970 Civil War. The pro-Biafra group said all forms of movement by road, air, and sea would be banned from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. on that day, warning that no human activities would be allowed within what is described as Biafra territory. But in a swift reaction, the spokesman for the State Police Command, SP Tochku Ikenga, promised residents that the police would protect those going about their normal businesses. We are not aware of the lockdown. We are not aware of the lockdown, but the residents are assured of adequate security and are encouraged to go about their lawful businesses without entertaining any fear. The police will not force people to come out from their homes, but we will provide adequate security for anyone who comes out to carry out his lawful activity on the said day, Ikenga said. In a statement issued on Monday, IPOB spokesperson Ima Powerful said the group will hold memorial lectures throughout the month in Nigeria and abroad to honor the fallen. He stated that all IPOB members abroad are expected to organize demonstration and obtain legal permit to protest the continued detention of IPOB leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. According to him, the May 30th observance will be marked by the complete shutdown of schools, markets, churches, mosques, and public gatherings, adding that the day is reserved for families to reflect on the events and losses of the 1967 to 1970 Biafra War. Powerful said the IPOB family and movement informed Biafran supporters of Biafra and freedom advocates that May 30th, 2025 is designed a public holiday and lockdown across the southeast in honor of Biafran heroes and heroines who made the ultimate sacrifice for our existence. The holiday is an annual Memorial Day anticipation began on May 1st with broadcasts from Radio Biafra and increased media awareness. IPOB will hold memorial lectures at home and abroad leading up to Biafra Memorial Day on May 30th. Biafrans living in Biafra land must observe a total lockdown to pay tribute to those who died during the Civil War while fighting for Biafran independence. We urge all Biafrans and supporters of freedom to comply with this directive. There will be no school, no community meeting, no religious service, no market, no public event. Families are encouraged to stay indoors, reflect on the genocide committed against Biafrans from 1967 to 1970, and consider the ongoing marginalization of Ndigbo in Nigeria. Powerful also said that IPOB had notified the West African Examination Council to adjust the May-June senior secondary school examination school schedule in Southeast to accommodate the sit-at-home order. Messages have also been sent to state governors in the Southeast and South-South regions, informing them of the group's intention to enforce the sit-at-home in honor of its heroes. He added that Biafrans in diaspora should hold town hall meetings or public demonstrations to show solidarity and demand the restoration of Biafra. IPOB and Ndigbo globally will pay tribute to fallen heroes. We pay tribute to fallen heroes, including our eternal leader, Dim Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu, General Philip Effion, Dr. Frank Opigo, Commander Ikonso, and many others who stood against the genocide and destruction of our people by Nigerian and British forces and their allies, the statement said. According to Powerful, only emergency and essential service providers such as ambulance operators, doctors, nurses, firefighters, journalists, and members of NUPEN will be exempted from the restriction. We advise everyone to remain indoors on May 30th to avoid confrontation or stray bullets from security operatives. All transporters must stay off the road, he warned. All right, this is coming from Mazi Emma Powerful, the spokesperson of the indigenous people of Biafra, concerning the upcoming sit-at-home that will be held in Igbo land, in all over Biafra, in a bid to remember the fallen heroes who lost their life during the 1967 to 1970 Biafra Civil War. All right, let's look at what Ohaneze Ndigbo is saying. According to Ohaneze Ndigbo renames Biafra Remembrance Day. Let's go back to that information. The Apex Igbo Social Cultural Organization, Ohaneze Ndigbo, has declared that May 30th, previously commemorated as Biafra Remembrance Day, shall henceforth be observed as Igbo Heroes Day. According to the Igbo Social Cultural Organization, the remaining embodies Igbo's commitment to honoring the indelible legacy of those brave men and women who laid down their lives during the Biafra conflict for the sake of their people's dignity and future. Ohaneze Ndigbo made this known in a statement signed by its Deputy President Mazi Okechukwu Isiguzoro on Thursday, while advocating that the celebration of Igbo Heroes Day be voluntary in nature. Isiguzoro also urged that there be no imposition of a sit-at-home directive during this period, as it could unwarrantedly affect the education and livelihoods of their children writing WAEC in the region. Ohaneze also appealed to all Biafra agitators to act with prudence and refrain from activities that may inadvertently play into the hands of adversaries. According to Isiguzoro, historical evidence has demonstrated that previous May 30th observance marked by violence and unrest have intentionally misinterpreted the aspiration of Igbo people, branding them as aggressors rather than honoring their legacy of resilience and peace. Renaming Biafra Remembrance Day to Igbo Heroes Day is not merely a symbolic gesture, it is a proactive measure designed to facilitate a safer environment for all, he said. The statement read, in a historical reaffirmation of our collective identity and in honor of the sacrifice made by our forebearers, the Apex Igbo Sociocultural Organization, Ohaneze Ndigbo, unequivocally declared that May 30th, previous commemorated as Biafra Remembrance Day, shall henceforth be observed as Igbo Heroes Day. While we embrace this significant occasion, the commemorates our heroes, it is imperative that we exercise circumspection and responsibility concerning the current academic commitment facing our youth. The ongoing West African Examination Council assessment, which spanned from April 28 to June 20th, necessitates a consensuous approach. Therefore, Ohanes and Igbo advocate that the celebration of Igbo Heroes Day be voluntary in nature, providing every member of our community, especially students, the freedom to engage in academic pursuit without hindrances. We recognize and assert the legitimate rights of the Igbo people to celebrate our national heroes. Indeed, it's our moral duty to remember their sacrifice. However, this change allows us to address any suspicious scrutiny from the federal government while simultaneously engaging Southeast political leaders and ensuring that the celebrations are recognized as public holidays, akin to the Yoruba's June 12 celebration, which the federal government has aptly designated as National Democracy Day. In conclusion, Igbo calls for a dignified, voluntary celebration of Igbo Heroes Day that honors our past while safeguarding our present. We emphatically reject any enforcement of sit-at-home activities that might interfere with legitimate endeavors of the Igbo people. We urge a cessation of all forms of violence that lead to confrontation and retaliation against our civilians. Let us unite in celebration our heritage with respect, reflection, and resolve, ensuring that we honor our heroes in a manner that uplifts and empowers our community. All right, this is coming from the Ohanes and Igbo, and this is where I'll be winding down the curtain. If this is your first time of joining us on this wonderful channel, kindly go ahead and subscribe, like, comment, share, and also remember to on your notification button so that whenever our news drops, you'll be the first one to collect. And thank you for listening. God bless you.